Hey YouTube, what's up? My name is Akeem Harvey, also known as FlashStep7 on PSN. Alright, I'm just an average Rainbow Six Siege player, alright? And I've been playing Extraction ever since it came out. I love the game, other people may have, their own issues with it, fair enough. But so far I've been enjoying myself. By the way, I'm Jamaican. I'm born and raised here in Jamaica. And yeah, so here we go. Basically, I just want to give my opinion who I think would be good picks for future additions to the Siege updates for the future. Alright, I'm gonna go through the whole roster on Rainbow Six Siege, alright, currently. And these are my picks who I think are the best. Alright, and what their gadgets can bring to the actual, you know, outbreak scenario. Alright, hopefully it will be cool. I know this may not happen, but it would be cool if we could see all operators, all current operators from Siege brought over into Extraction. But with further ado, here we go. Alright, so let's start with the attackers first, alright? By the way, I'm going to go through each one and basically tell you their strengths and weaknesses when it comes to their gadgets, if they're brought over to Extraction. So here we go. We know Sledge is already there, right? There's no need to showcase him. Thatcher. If they brought Thatcher over, I'm not sure how he would work though, right? Because as you know, his EMP grenades are used to like nullify electronic gadgets and stuff when you play Siege. Probably downright destroy them, depending on how they're used. Alright, maybe if he's brought over, he can chuck one of those EMP grenades at like an Apex or like a Prothean, and maybe their powers are nullified for like a few seconds, maybe 15 seconds and such. Like for instance, the Apex, as I know you guys are aware, they're really strong in Extraction. They can summon other creatures. They can shoot some laser type projectile that kind of messes with your screen, blurs your vision and do a ton of damage. Maybe his EMP grenades can like nullify that effect, so they can't fire any range projectiles or summon creatures for the time being. Yeah, that's basically what I think Thatcher would bring to the plate with his EMP grenades. If you have any suggestions as well, you can put it in the comment section below. Alright, I would love to hear. Alright, another thing, I haven't really seen anybody on YouTube make, something like this before, right, so far. So hopefully in the future I can see other content creators giving me their own opinions on, these picks. Anyway, as you know, everybody knows Ash. She is basically the commander, right, in charge of the extraction, deployments and such. I'm not sure how they would incorporate her into the game because basically, she's the one giving the orders, whenever we go on a mission and such, right? So how would you, place her in the game? Well, it would be cool if she was added, right? Maybe, when she's actually deployed on the field with us, we can actually hear her monologues, right? Live there on the field instead of seeing like a little icon up top with Ash speaking. Yeah, I believe if she was brought to the game, she'd be quite powerful. Her breaching round would do massive damage, against like any target it's shot into, right? Just like Hibana's, X Kairos, if I remember they're called, right? So massive damage to the target that it's attached to, and maybe if she shoots it on certain surfaces like the ground or a wall, if there's enemies around that, it explodes and do like an area of effect multi-kill. So Ash would be a good addition to Extraction. Alright, who's next? Thermite. Oh boy. I'm not sure how Thermite would work. He's also one of the operators who gives you the rundown per mission, right? Along with Ash. So, as mentioned before, if he was incorporated into the game, right? If he's giving us feedback, we'd have to hear it live. Like, you'd see his mouth moving and such while he's on the field with us, speaking to us. I would love to see that. That would make, that would be very, very good in my opinion. His exothermic charge, I'm not sure how well that would be, useful in the game. I guess he can place if there's like an enemy behind a soft wall, or maybe if you reinforce a wall while in extraction, you can place it on the wall and blow up the enemy behind it, right? But other than that, I'm not sure how, you incorporate thermite, right? I guess if you make the exothermic charge, maybe it can attract enemies before it blows up, so it gives off this sound that attracts enemies towards it. You can place it on the ground, you can place it on the wall, and it attracts the enemies for a while, and then you set it off. They start beating it up or attacking it, and you just blow it up and you get a multi-kill. Maybe that would work, right, if that was incorporated. But as it is right now, I don't think he is viable, with his gadget, right? But yeah, it's definitely a good pick. I would love to see him in the game as well. Twitch. Oh boy, let's see here. I guess Twitch would be good. Her shock drone is really, really unique, right? I guess bringing it into the game wouldn't. Well, if they would have to make it a little more powerful, right? Like if you're gonna bring Twitch's shock drone into extraction, right? Make it so that if you shoot an enemy with the shock drone, they remain paralyzed for a few seconds, and then there's this area of effect paralysis that goes off. So if any other enemies approach the enemy that's being shocked, right, the shock drone, the Twitch drone or the shock drone would, or the shocking effect will, jump to that other target, like conductivity when it comes to electricity. So all targets around the area or around that target being shocked will be also shocked, right? And they'll be paralyzed for like 15 seconds, and then you can go in for a kill. I'm not sure if that will be OP, but yeah, that's one way to incorporate Twitch's shock drone into it, right? So pretty cool. Would love to see Twitch in the future update. Monty, yeah, definitely. Monty would be really good, really powerful in extraction if he was brought over, right? His La Rock shield, right? Yeah, if he puts it up, I can see him tanking like projectiles from the Tormentors and the Apex. Maybe he doesn't, block full damage when they shoot the projectiles and such, but he can, just like in the Rainbow Six Siege game, he can guard some damage from explosives if he takes the hit right on, right? So just like that. So if the projectiles from the Tormentors and Apex hit him, it does some damage, right? But he ultimately can block them for its team for a time being. They can incorporate him and let him block the what are they called, spikers? Yeah, they shoot multiple spike shots from their arms, right? Those can be considered like regular bullets, just like in Siege. In that case, he should be able to block them entirely without taking any damage, right? In extraction, that's what I believe, right? So yeah, he would be a good addition to extraction if brought over as well. Right, maybe he can attract the enemy's attention as well. Maybe some type of effect goes off when he pulls up his shield and he's in the front as a point man. All enemies have line of sight on him for a few seconds. They are attracted to him and attack him, and after a while they just give up and start attacking other players, like a temporary effect. But overall, yeah, he would be a good addition. Glass, wonderful. Yeah, he'd be good as well, right? As a good addition to extraction. I believe he was in the Outbreak DLC that came one Halloween season back in, I think, I don't remember the specific date, right? Back on Siege, when the actual Outbreak event came. He was one of the playable characters or operators you could use. And yeah, he'd be a good addition to extraction. I don't see why not, to incorporate him. You can, given the fact that he has a thermal scope or thermal sensor on his scope, it'd be very good to use as well. You can see the targets. You can incorporate it just like how you have it in Siege, where you can see the targets through smoke and all other stuff, weather effects. I believe in extraction there is a foggy scenario that you can get as a mutation event on higher difficulties, right? He should be able to see through that, without any problems, right? And all the enemies would glow for him and he can shoot them. So yeah, very powerful. Glad should definitely make a good addition. Yeah, Fuse is already in the game, no need to talk about him. Blitz is a similar scenario to Monty, But basically his tactical shield, the G52, right, would be very, very powerful, right? I can see him tanking shots from Apexes, Tormentors, obviously Spikers with ease, but as mentioned before, if he tanks the shots from Tormentors or basically Apexes, he would take damage, just like basically blocking grenades and such in Siege, right? And maybe there's gonna be a knockback effect that knocks his shield back whenever he gets hit by like the glowing projectiles of the Apex, right? Yeah, very good, very good. It'd be a very good addition. I can see his flash, the flash effect of his shield being useful as well, stunning multiple enemies in front of you for your teammates to gun down. I believe it should be a recharge. It should recharge over time, unlike certain gadgets in the game where you have to pick up the rechargeable boxes and such. Right, so yeah, it'd be cool if it could be recharged over time, and he'll definitely be a good, addition to Siege, man. Definitely. Hopefully we can see him in the future. IQ is already in the game. Buck. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, Buck should be in the game. I don't see why not. His skeleton key can do a whole lot of damage, can open up holes through soft walls and such. And yeah, just take down multiple opponents at once. He's got two primary weapons in one, his assault rifle or semi-auto gun, or rifle, whichever one you're using, along with that skeleton key attachment. So yeah, Buck should be in the game. I see no problem with that. Blackbeard. Yeah, definitely. Blackbeard should definitely be in the game as well. His rifle shield, I can see it being incorporated, blocking the projectiles from the spikers, from the apexes, and from the tormentors. Obviously, if the tormentors or the apexes hit him, right, the shield should break immediately, right, or maybe take massive damage and may be able to break in a with another hit, right? And yeah, but so yeah, he can, in my opinion, he should be able to tank those projectile rounds from the apexes and such, and he'll be a great addition to the Siege experience as well. All right, moving on. Okay, let's see here. Capital is already in the game. Hibana is already in the game. I believe Jackal is coming up for a future event. I always wondered how they would incorporate Jackal, I'm guessing, from my opinion, if there's like a VIP mission and he's able to see or track the footsteps of the actual VIP, like for instance, if you need to eliminate the targets, right? There's a scenario such as that in Extraction. He can find the footprints near him, whether the opponent, has traversed that area or not, and he can track them and find them much easier than others. He should be able to track apexes, tormentors, crushers, any big main baddies that you see on the field. I believe that he would be a very powerful operator when it comes to that, taking down VIP targets and eliminations and such. So yeah, he's an upcoming operator, so there's no need to talk about him much here because he's definitely going to be in the game. Alright, I'm just hope that Ubisoft incorporates him well.